Hey up folks, here back again. Listen, you know when I said it was proper hot before, it really weren't proper hot, were it? Because now it's proper hot. It's too hot to go up in loft. On odd occasion when it's been a little bit not too hot, I've gone up there and done a little bit, and I've done a couple of bits and bobs of clips. And really I was just doing them to just look at my new wagons and whatnot, but I thought I can bodge them together into a bit of a video, so that's what I've tried to do. So there's a little bit of continuity error on them, but it don't matter, does it? Because at least you've got something to watch, because no one's banging any videos out at the minute. It's just too hot. So what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd talk about why I cancelled that Accurascale Class 31 to start with, reasons behind that, whilst also showing this lovely rake of MGR wagons that I've just added to. So there's 25 now on this little train. And then as the video goes on, you'll see that they're not like this anymore and all nice and squeaky clean. I've weathered some of them. I've not done them all yet, but I've cracked on. I've run out of thinners now though, so I'm in a bit of a predicament. So this 31, what happened was, they announced that 31, I didn't pre-order it, they all sold out on pre-order. And then one day, I was just looking on Accurascale's website and someone must have cancelled the pre-order, because I noticed the one I wanted were back available. I say they all sold out. The one I wanted sold out. I don't know if they all sold out. I wanted the Regional Railways one, just to go with them Backman coaches I've got. I were always going to get a 37 for it, and then I thought, oh, I like that. And it's a bit different, so yeah. That's the reason. It were out of stock, sold out, and then it came back in stock, so I bought it, and then it were immediately sold out. So there obviously just one spare. So basically, I snapped that up. There were no money to pay. I just snapped it up on a pre-order, and I thought when it comes, and happy days. Just on a side note, have you seen my new Dapol wagons on the end of that 66? Well, I'll say on the end, they're not the beginning of it. At that point on video, I've only got 2 of them, but then later on video, I've got 4 of them. So with them, is it Maersk? I don't even know how you pronounce it, but I do like them. I see them quite a lot, and I know it's fully bang up to date modern. But what I've had to do is I had to send Ladderman back. He had to go back to 2026 and just get a few from that abandoned layout business that we found when he took the biplane and travelled back with his red eyes. But anyway, I'm fully sidetracking, so I'm going to go back. So yeah, that's where we were at. I ordered 31. Now then, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that my Accurascale 37 Intercity has had a little bit of a intermittent weirdness fault, where when I'm pulling up to a stop, sometimes it'll jolt forward a few inches and then just stop dead like an absolute crazy, and it looks absolutely rubbish when it does it. I messaged Accurascale about it, I've asked on forums, I've mentioned it on here, and not really had any answer, and no one said, oh yeah, man's had that problem too. So it's like, surely not the only one in UK or worldwide with an Accurascale 37 that does that issue. But the 37 only did it probably 2 in 10 times. So it weren't something I could just say, right, I'll film it doing it, because when I tried filming it doing it for Accurascale, when I was emailing them, it didn't do it. So it was like, oh, here we go. So I reset the decoder and I thought it was fixed, and then it weren't fixed because it started doing it again. So because of that, I kind of didn't really use that Intercity 37 on my videos, because it was just cocking takes up when I'm going to a stop and then it's smashing things into smithereens. So I stopped using it and just got parked up, which is not ideal, because I really did like it and I really did want that one, and I paid, as you know, over 300 quid for it like an absolute idiot by some flipper on eBay. So then what happened is I weathered Grot up, as you can see in picture now, Grot 37 Accurascale, and that one's always run absolutely mint. And then one day, not too long back, that did it once, and I'm like, oh, so I've got 2 now, I'm only one in the country with 2 of this issue. So at that point, I just thought to myself, it probably just needs wheels cleaning. So I've been busy, I've not cleaned wheels very often. It probably just needs a bit of a clean up and it'll be fine. So I just forgot all about it, and then 66 came out. So they got put to side, I got 66 out. Plus it's hot as out, so I can't go up there a lot. Plus I've been busy with everything else and just life in general. So I've not really run 66 much. I bought 2, I ended up trading one with Wayne Atkinson for these MGRs, or a decent amount of them, with some money his way, and everything were happy days. I'd run 66 for probably half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, not long at all. Then it were absolutely fine. Sound sounded amazing. Speaker had that little bit of a vibration-y thing. I need to still look into that, but yeah, it were all right. It were absolutely perfect, run like a dream. Everyone were happy about them on the internet and everything were happy. And then about a week after that, I thought I'll do some. It were a cold day. It were really cold. And loft were decent, so I went up there and I thought, right, I'll do some recording and just get money in bank for when I need it. So I start running at 66, and it starts doing what the Intercity 37 is doing. So when I'm coming to a stop or changing direction from forward to backwards, it's just shooting forward for a few inches like a madman, stopping dead, or instantly going into reverse like it's going to smash its own gears to bits. And it were basically doing that, I would say, 9 times out of 10, and it just sent me in a rage. I was just furious because I thought it can't be wheels mucky on this now, because it's literally only had about an hour and a half's running. So on my angry scale, I was definitely angry. So I emails a snotty to Accurascale, and I basically, again, try to scour the internet for anyone who's saying they've had this problem. No one's mentioning it anywhere that I've looked. And previously, when I were emailing Accurascale about my 37 doing it, because it weren't doing it all the time, it was a bit of a difficult one. And he said, they suggested at the time, reset decoder, and it seemed to cure it, but I thought it did, but it hadn't. So then I says to him, well, I'll see how it does for now. It looks like it's fixed, and that was that. But at the time when I described it to Accurascale, oh, I've not heard that before. That sounds unusual. So anyway, I'm waffling now a bit. But basically what I thought is there's not a single chance I'm spending any more money on Accurascale wagons if they're all going to start behaving like this, because it's really annoying me now. So I basically got angry and cancelled orders straight out without thinking any more about it. And then it were a different person in customer services that sent me an email and says, just check these, just do these 2 things. One of them were reset decoder, CV8, and other one was just click this link and do this procedure. So I basically went on that video, did the procedure, and it fully fixed it. Fully fixed the 66 of that issue, what it were doing at the time. So then I tried it on my 37 Intercity, and it fixed that as well straight away, fixed it for good. So what I'm going to do is if I don't put it on this video, I'll put it on the next one. I'm going to put a clip of what it were doing. And then surely there's other people that have got this issue, because there's no way I've copped for 3. I've got 3 Accurascale locos now, and all 3 have done it. And there's no way no one else has does it. I can't see how. So anyway, it's something. We're on ESU's own website in America, an American video, and basically, you put a setting in. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up now. But you put a setting into your thing, put it back on track, press function 1 button, train zooms off, stops, and it's like reset itself. And that fixed it, and then it run all right. Then 37 is an absolute dream again. So the 37's a dream. 66 is fine. But I've got no 31 pre-order. But to be honest, I'm not overly bothered, because, as you know, when I got that 66 originally, I kind of was disappointed because I didn't feel like it went with my layout, and I still don't to an extent. So what I've done in the meantime is I bought its own little set of little wagons, stuck them PFAs on the back, and it does look good. I really do like it going round now. So it's just a bit of an oddity on my layout because everything else is a little bit older, but I'm not bothered. But unless my head changes in the meantime, I'm not going to bother trying to get a 31. What I am going to do is get more. When the 50s come out, I'm going to get some more 50s, and I'm definitely going to get some more. I'm definitely going to get involved with 60s. Yeah, so that's where we're at. If anyone's still left, I've waffled on for 9 minutes just about that, and I thought that would took about 1 minute. I didn't know what we're going to talk about on this. These little MGR wagons now, that's about last time you're going to see them clean. So 47's just getting his SEM parked up nice and slowly. And then we're going to see what's what with these MGR wagons. I'm not going to lie, that rake of 25 wagons looks absolutely amazing going round track. I really like it, and they look really good clean. So it's one of them where I didn't know what to do with this, because as you know, I'm new to weathering, I'm new to model railways, and I thought potentially could ruin these quite easily here. Plus, all but one of them's Accurascale, so as we know, they're not cheap, and the rake of 25's not cheap at all. So what I thought I'd do is I'd use airbrush for weathering and weathering powders. So I got myself on Google and did a bit of research, and I'll just cover this point here. Why I do it is because I think it'll look better weathered. How am I going to do it? I've already covered, and am I crazy? I think so. So looking at these photos, they're all quite different looking, and that's what we're going to do. I weren't going to have a rake of them that all look exactly the same. That one's more brown, others are more black. That one's got dints in roof. That one's got horizontal stripes from doofus that's scraping it, as has that one. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what I've intended. So here we go. Let's bring him round with old Red Buffers, and I think this is going to be the last video where Red Buffers has got his name badge on. I'm going to take that off now because I've proved my point with that little bit of comedy. I liked it. And there you go, look, as you can see, first one's got some of them scratchy bits, as that second one. Some are a bit rusty looking-ish, mucky looking, and some are a bit more cleaner, and some of them just look absolutely grotty. And I really quite like them. I don't know if they're prototypical. I don't really get monkeys if they're not, because most of my layout is it, but I think they look quite decent, and it just doesn't look like a long train of all sameness going round. And yeah, I'm going to do some more. And one thing I haven't done is that photo where that canopy had been all dinted up. I've not done that. I've not replicated that, but I am going to have a go at doing it, and it's potentially going to ruin one, isn't it? So I've got to take a bit of a risk there. I don't really know how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to use soldering iron, what some people have done. I'm probably going to maybe attack it with a heat gun and see what's what, and see if I ruin it or not. And if I do, I do. It's one of them, isn't it? That last one's a little bit questionable. I'm not 100% on that one, but what do you think? Any suggestions? Anyway, folks, I thought I'd do some Brucey bonus photograph footage of them for any hardcore that really into this, and like to get every little morsel of detail. So I took some photos outside. I think they look all right. Some of them, some of the lighter ones where I've just literally I've gone over them like a matte varnish just to take edge off so they don't just look like plastic. But yeah, they look all right. I've not bothered showing them because you've been seeing them going around layout anyway. All I've done is I've done a bit of frame dirt to bogey area and bottom frame, and then just left top pretty clean and left top inside clean like the brand new. I do like the ones with the scratches on the side and whatnot, and I do think if I do manage to get one with a bit of a dinted in top and I manage to get it half decent, I'll probably do some more like that. I'll probably do about 4 or 5 like that. I hope you like me getting a sneaky little video out during holidays. I'll try and get another one out before, and it's not going to be for a while now because it's not long before I go away, and I've got loads of stuff to do on my days off, including buying a full set of holiday kit because none of mine stuff fits, because I've been a greedy boy this year. I think realistically my storyline stuff's not going to come till towards the end of the year, because I went into loft the other night at midnight and it was still 32 degrees and it just destroys me. So once it cools down a bit, I'll be able to get figures going and whatnot and carry on with story stuff, but in the meantime I'm just going to have to get sneaky films in as and when I can. Let us know what you think in comments, and if there's out I need to do or change, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, folks. Cheers.